Hi, I'm Julia Henze from Brave Brushes Studio, and I'm all about helping artists learn, grow, and have fun. It is my dream that all of you will one day become confident, independent artists who can create artwork that brings you joy and that you're proud of. The most important ingredient for watercolor sketches? What's the first word that came to your mind? What did you immediately think of? Let me know in the comments below. Right, the most important ingredient for watercolor sketches, and it's even more important than watercolors. It's paper. Yes, the paper you choose can make or break your sketch. You can get away with using low quality paints, but making a good watercolor sketch on bad paper is virtually impossible. In my previous video on paper for urban sketching, I talked about different types of paper and how to choose the right one for your sketches. In today's video, we will look at the difference between cotton and cellulose watercolor paper. I will show you how the type of paper affects the colors and the washes. But before I do this, just a little reminder to like this video and subscribe to my channel. This is the best way to encourage me to make more videos for you. Okay, let's start. Choosing the right watercolor paper can make a huge difference in your artwork. As a beginner, you might be wondering what type of paper to use. Well, the two most common materials are cotton and cellulose. Paper can be 100% cotton, 100% cellulose, or a combination of the two in different proportions. But which one is the best for you? If you're aiming for beautiful washes and smooth surface, then 100% cotton paper is the way to go. It absorbs water and holds the pigment. Cotton paper is considered the highest quality because it has long, strong fibers that allow it to absorb water and pigment more evenly, creating a smoother surface for washes and detailed work. In this artwork, for example, you can see how beautiful and smooth the washes can appear on cotton paper. Cotton paper also has a greater tolerance for lifting and reworking, meaning that mistakes can be corrected more easily. This type of paper can be quite expensive, but there are also more affordable options. 100% cotton paper comes in three types: glued on all four sides, glued on one side, and loose sheets. The glued sides prevent buckling. When it's glued on all four sides, you don't need to do anything. You can just start painting right away. For paper glued on one side, like this, and for loose sheets, you can use masking tape to tape your paper down, like I did here, to prevent buckling when I used a lot of water while painting. And loose sheets are my favorite because you can customize the size and you even can make your own sketchbook. I've never done it, but it's a possibility. Glued paper is generally more expensive, while loose sheets are the most affordable option. How do you know if watercolor paper is 100% cotton paper? You can find it on the block, and if it's not specified, you can almost be sure that it's not 100% cotton paper, okay? Also, one of the great features of 100% cotton paper is that you can easily wash out colors using a natural sea sponge if something went wrong in your sketch. How you can do it? Very easily. You just make it wet, wring it out, and imagine that I don't like this guy here, and I just start removing the color from the paper, and you can see that it almost faded away. It's great, right? But it's very important not to press too hard because you can damage the paper. So try to be a little bit careful. And now you can start painting again. That makes this type of paper even more attractive. You don't need to be afraid of making mistakes, right? Okay, let's create two washes on this paper to see how it works, and later we can compare it to the cellulose paper. Okay, I think these washes look very beautiful, very smooth. Let's talk about cellulose paper now. Cellulose paper is made from wood pulp and has shorter fibers, making it less absorbent and more prone to buckling or warping when it comes into contact with water. The surface of cellulose paper can also be more uneven, making it more difficult to achieve smooth washes and detailed work. However, cellulose paper can be a more affordable option and is suitable for certain types of sketching styles where a smooth surface is not as important. In this sketchbook, for instance, you can see that the washes are not that smooth as on cotton paper, like here, for example. But you can create quite interesting sketches in a different style, and sketches like this, for example, when you use a lot of additional materials like colored pencils or acrylic markers. And then you can still create very beautiful, very textured and very colorful sketches. Now let's create the same washes on cellulose paper. Okay, they are almost completely dry now. Let's take a look. The washes on the cotton paper are very even and the gradient is very smooth. The colors, however, appear much lighter than the paint was wet. That depends on the brand, by the way, but usually the colors on cotton paper will turn out lighter than on the cellulose paper. The gradient on cellulose paper is not smooth at all. As in my sketchbook, here the wash is very uneven and very textured, but as we have seen, it shouldn't be a problem at all, as long as you consciously choose for that. Finally, last type of paper I want to talk about is mixed paper. Mixed paper contains a blend of cotton and cellulose or other materials like bamboo. On the blog, you can usually see how much cotton paper contains, but no information about other ingredients, which is actually quite weird, I think. In my opinion, mixed paper is more like cellulose paper and not that good as 100% cotton paper. But it's very suitable for practicing, not with washes, of course, because when you practice washes, you try to achieve smoothness that is impossible on cellulose paper. And that might be quite frustrating, right? I frequently get questions from beginning artists on why their watercolor looks so bad. And I can tell you that very often it's not their fault, but it's just wrong watercolor paper. But it's a great option for practicing painting thin and thick lines, for example, or creating thumbnails and all the other things you can practice with. So in conclusion, the choice of paper depends on what you want to achieve. If you want to create beautiful washes, 100% cotton paper is the best option. But if you don't mind some texture and you want a more affordable choice, then cellulose paper or a mixture might work great for you. Just remember that quality of the paper is crucial and often wrong paper can lead to disappointment in your artwork. So, choose wisely. Also, if you want to improve your sketching technique, it's important to get to know your paper and paints. You can't really learn it from a blog post or even a YouTube video. You have to actually pick up your brushes and paints and try them out on different kinds of paper. Experiment, play with materials and techniques, have no expectations, but observe the process and the result with curiosity. In Braid Brush Studio, I teach my beginner students just that. Letting go of perfection, of fear of making mistakes, and embracing the learning process. I provide exercises, guidance, and feedback. If it sounds like something you would benefit from, go to Braid Brush Studio to join my membership. I would love to see you inside. For those of you who are only interested in the free resources, you can support me by buying me a coffee. It allows me to keep producing high-quality resources for you. Follow the link in the description. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Happy sketching, guys!